What does sueñito mean?
Sueñito. It means little dream.
Okay, before I begin, YouTube really did me dirty my last video. And the video that I had on the movie Us. They keep turning off my comments even though I keep turning them back on, and I have no idea why. If anybody knows, please let me know. Anyway, I really hope they don't do that with this video, but here we go. Oh, and I hear y'all. I know y'all want to hear my thoughts on The Conjuring and Cruella, but I cannot see this movie and not talk about it. But no worries, those videos are coming too, I promise. Alright, so when I first started listening to musicals, I didn't really have any I related to at a deep level, you know? I enjoyed them, of course, but not truly related to them until I listened to In the Heights. Man, the music, the story, the culture. We may not all be Puertorriqueños, Cubanos, Colombianos, or Mexicanos, but we're all Latinos. And we share a lot of the same struggles and have a lot of similar culture, you know? And to see our people on Broadway or on the big screen, man, it just touches you in a way that you don't feel with other movies or shows. I mean, I don't know if it's just me that feels that way, or if there's a whole bunch of people that feel the same way as I do, but if you do feel the same way, please let me know. I've known about In the Heights way before than the movie trailer came out in 2019. Or 2020, I don't know time. I mean, the musical, when I first listened to it, it touched me in a way that I can't really explain. I mean, I related to every character through bits and pieces, but the person that I related to the most in that show was Nina. Man, oh man. She's a kid out of high school with a big dream, trying to go to this big school. A kid who's done everything she can to achieve her goals, and although she has a supportive family, the only thing holding her back is money. And that's the story of my life. And not just mine, I mean, a whole bunch of people go through the same thing that Nina does. I love this musical so much, and a lot of you might disagree with me on this one, but I think I might like the movie version more than I do the live version. But that may be because I haven't actually seen the live version. But I don't know, dude, man, I really like this movie version a lot. Let me explain why. By the way, there are a whole bunch of spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie or the live version, then I suggest you click off this video right now and go watch that movie because it's freaking amazing. Alright, so the movie made me so emotional. It made me cry so many freaking times. I mean, there was a scene where Sonny found out that he may not be able to go to college. Man, that one hit hard. Oh man, the scene with Abuela Claudia passing away. I'm not even gonna lie, I was sobbing at that point. And a lot of people in the theater were sobbing as well. I honestly think I may have actually related to the movie version even more than I did the live version. I just saw this world of In the Heights come to life, and they brought it back beautifully. Like, the choreography was on point, all the effects that they had in the movie that you can't have with live theater. It was so cool how they were able to like walk on the walls, and I think they walked on water at one point. I don't think they did. Never mind. The movie was just so artistic. It was creative. I mean, just the scene where Abuela Claudia died alone, like that scene was done so beautifully. I've never thought of that song in that way. It was just done so incredibly perfect. That choreography during that song and her being at peace with dying and leaving that money. Well, at the moment we didn't know she left the money to Usnavi, but later on we find out that she does, and she's at peace. It's perfect.
She was just here.
And as I was watching the movie, I was kind of really upset that we weren't finding out who won the lottery, because in the musical we find out early on, but in this movie we don't find out until the end. And at first I thought they were just gonna write that whole scene off, but they don't, and I'm kind of glad they saved that moment till the end. It kind of worked out. Alright, so here's one thing that I really liked about the movie version that I hated about the live version, is that Benny doesn't antagonize Nina in the movie version. Whenever Nina's dad sells the business in the live version, Benny loses his job. And because of that, Benny antagonizes Nina because Nina is using daddy's money to pay for tuition. And I honestly thought that was so out of character for him in the live version, and I'm really glad they didn't do that in this movie. He never antagonizes Nina. If anything, he's actually mad at the father because the father's not understanding Nina's wishes. They also gave Sunny a storyline that I and many others know way too well. And I'm so glad they added that into the movie. The whole dreamer scene, the college talk. For someone with big dreams, hearing that you may not be able to go to college because of your status and certain reasons that hold you back, it's devastating. Many of us take school for granted, and yeah, it sucks at times, but dude, for those who are able to attend school, recognize that as a privilege. If God allows me to attend school this year, man, there is no way I'm letting myself take that for granted. My family worked way too hard for me to do that. By the way, if they would have shown Sunny getting his papers in 5 months, then I would have been pissed, because most likely that process won't take 5 months. For most, that process takes years. I mean, I know people who have been in that process for well over 15 years. It's crazy how many people don't even know that. It's a sad reality, so I'm really glad that they didn't show Sunny having a completely happy ending at the end of the movie. Even though that would have been nice, but it's not the reality, you know? Alright, so I've said what I said about the things I love about this movie, but there are things that I don't really like that much. So there were a lot of things that were changed for the movie version, and for the most part, they weren't horrible changes. I didn't mind those changes, but this one change, oof, I hate it. So remember when I said that Benny didn't really antagonize Nina, and I liked that, but he instead antagonized her dad? Well, that's kind of what I hated, because in the musical, her dad is so obviously supportive of Nina. He wants the best for her. He wants to pay for her tuition no matter what it takes. If she wants to, that girl is going to school no matter what. Nina's dad is so supportive of her. But in this movie, it seems like Nina's dad is more controlling of her than supportive. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. That was so out of character for him. But I was thinking, hey, you know, once he sings that one song, Inútil, then it'll all come together. It'll show his true intentions, and it won't show that he's a controlling father. It'll show that he's a supportive father. But he didn't even sing the song. That song was the best thing in the musical for me. The best thing. It showed, look, between the song Breathe that is sung by Nina and Inútil that is sung by her father, it just shows the dynamic, man. Because Nina is worried about the money, and so she stopped going to school because she doesn't want to put that stress on her parents. The money is the issue, right? But Nina's father, he will do anything for his baby. I mean, he grew up in a home where they weren't supportive of him. His parents just wanted him to work. They didn't see the point in school or in progressing in life. They didn't see the point of that. But he did. And he wanted to give a better life for Nina. And that is all shown in that one song. And they cut that song out. I am so mad. You know what they did instead? They had a small conversation. A tiny little freaking conversation. He said in the conversation what he said in the song, but it was very short. It was brief. It was brushed off. And it was never spoken of again. This one little thing is what killed it for me, man. Dude, why would they do that? That was such a poor choice. And I've never been more positive in anything in my life of how poor that choice was. Anyway, overall, that movie was so great. I loved it. Beautiful. Made me cry a whole bunch of times. The Sunny storyline is one of the best things in this movie, in my opinion. If you haven't seen it, I mean, if you've seen the live version and you haven't seen the movie version, I really recommend it. And let me know which one you prefer. Like, I really want to know your opinion if YouTube doesn't turn off my comments. I really hope they don't.